Hey everybody, welcome back to another Classics Are Better. I'm Travis, and on this windy day today, we're gonna give my old 68 Impala some love. So I tried to wake it up yesterday for spring, and I ran into some problems. So figured I'd bring you guys along for the fix. Let's go. All right, my friends, so welcome to a hot and windy Texas afternoon. So I will try and mitigate some of the wind noise on here for you, but forgive me if some of it sneaks through. Now on to what you guys really want to see, my 68 Impala. All right, so for all of you guys that are new to the channel, just kind of the quick backstory on this car. My great-grandmother actually purchased this brand new in 1967. Well, pre-ordered it in 67 for the 68 model year. It's got a 307 small block Chevy hooked up to a 2-speed Power Glide transmission. So this is a true blue, well, literally blue Survivor. If you guys are in, oh my gosh, this wind is nuts. If you guys are interested in checking out the video of me rescuing this thing from my grandparents' house after they passed away, check back a little bit in this playlist and you can see me picking it up, going through, getting it running again, because this thing sat for like 5 years before I even picked it up, y'all. So I spent like 3 hours out here yesterday, y'all. The shop was a disaster. I've been working on that C10 LS swap and it is just killing me, y'all. So tedious. Anyway, I cleaned everything out, got me a nice big parking spot. The plan was to park the Impala under the truck, and then I'll put my Silverado right here in case it hails real bad tonight like the weatherman says it might. I assume if I do all this it won't hail, but if I don't do it, it will for sure hail. That's how stuff works. All right, y'all, so the main issue that I'm gonna have to deal with now is that when I tried to start the Impala yesterday, no dice. So it wanted to start, it was trying, but it would not start. When I filled it up with Go Juice, it would definitely kick on till it burned it out of the carb. So I know that it's probably just my fuel pump bit the dust after sitting so long with that ethanol fuel in there. Y'all, if you can avoid ethanol gas in these old cars, please do it. I was just running near E, and the only station near me had ethanol, had to put it in there. And it looks like the stable over the winter did not win. So anyway, got a new mechanical fuel pump to put on there, a new filter for the line, and fingers crossed that does the job for me. Otherwise we'll have to get a little creative because I really don't want this thing to get hailed on. Okay, so number one rule with working with old cars, especially if you did something the day before, is try it the next day and see if it magically fixed itself. Could we be so lucky? Let's give her a couple pumps. Come on, girl. Oh, you can see she wants to. She no start, kind of needs fuel to run. Now, it did pretty good sitting out here. The only problem I really had was that my antenna is broken off right here. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but that totally ripped through the cover. That was lame. And then the wind out here gets wild. It was whipping so hard that it knocked my mirror off, which is not cool, but I'll put it back on. But your fuel pump is gonna be on your passenger side, right down at the bottom of the block near the front. So I'll shine a light on it. On this one, it's below this AC compressor right here. But that is my mechanical fuel pump. Problem is it's not that hard to change out. It's only 2 bolts that hold it on there. But this whole area down here is like the size of my fist to try and work in, which stinks compared to a truck. All right, I'm gonna start working on this thing. Let's see if my guess on this fuel pump is right. If I just wasted 20 bucks. So I got the old one out. You can see it's exact same design, so that's good, but you can see that the gasket on this one is just completely rotted over time. and maybe some of that got in there besides the old gas and ethanol and just gunked this thing up. So the only thing that you really reuse is the bolts. So the fuel pump I picked up for the Impala is this Delphi MF0020, but here it is out of the box. So this is kind of how it orientates, you know, to the side of the block or whatever. Here's the top, here's the bottom. There is a little cylinder that rides your camshaft that sits on top of this and pushes it down as the motor spins or whatever, and there's a little diaphragm in here that literally just kind of pumps this like you do like a plunger or something, and pumps the gas in there. The hardest part on one of these, besides just orientating it in there, not having a lot of space to work, is you just have to get that little cam cylinder up, and so you can get the lever underneath it when you're installing it. So you either have to put a little bit of petroleum jelly or grease, or just hold it up with your finger and slide it in if you're quick enough. So it's not rocket science. It's just like anything else, a little bit of a tedious job. This one did come with a couple gaskets to put on. You only put one. They just give you an extra in case you rip it. But it did have a cool little diagram here on the back that kind of shows y'all what I meant about the cam moving that little lever to pump it. So I got the new fuel pump in and connected. Now I just need to change out the fuel filter, get this put back together a little bit, put some go juice just so it'll kind of siphon through. See if we can get this thing back on the road. All right, let's see if we were successful. It works and no fires. Might take a minute to prime the new pump though. Let's try again. All right, come on girl, let's go. Hey, got a running Impala. All right, check it out. We got some bolts. Most importantly, we got some good oil pressure. This car is a trooper, y'all. It wants to live. Well, that's dripping. So I need to get that fuel filter fitting a little bit better, but details. All right, no leaks right now. We got to run an Impala again. I still have a to-do list for it for this spring, but at least we can go enjoy it a little bit and then get it locked up in the shop, nice and safe from the storm. Okay guys, so it's still idling out there, got no leaks. I just figured I'd let it run for a little bit since it hadn't ran in a while. Plan now is to back my golf cart out of here and hopefully get the Impala up under my C10 Bandit, just in case I want to put my Silverado over here, because again, I'm doing all this shuffling right now because we're supposed to get hail overnight and possibly tomorrow, so don't feel like having my stuff dinged up, so we're gonna try and get it back in here. Got that 307 purring. Not bad for an old land yacht, y'all. Let's go for a ride. And here we go. I should fix the radio in here. That would be something nice to have. AC and radio. We've gone a couple blocks and it's doing really good. Fingers crossed it can get me all the way back home. But so far, no complaints. Uh-oh. Now I got a problem. I've blown something. We got steam coming out the front, so that's always awesome. Well, I'm gonna limp it back, because if I pull over and it turns off, you ain't pushing this thing back. Yeah, I'm leaking something. Let's see what it is. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just go into the shop while it's still running. I was gonna back it in, but if this is a real issue, I'd rather get stuck this way. So all that steam popped through right here. Lovely, I'll be under the truck. My hood almost hit. Oh. Well, here you go. My reservoir flew off. That would cause some steam. That's good. That's nothing major. I mean, I need to turn it off, but I had a little bit of fear there for a second. Well, we have learned some things, my friends. So, A, I need to get that hose fixed up a little bit. That steam was a little crazy, but we're A-okay. But B, this is a big-ass car, and I don't think it's gonna fit under there. I have the truck up as far as it's gonna go, and this tire is 57 inches off the ground at the bottom, and the top of this car is like 56.5 inches. I'm not gonna try that, so I think we'll go ahead and just leave my car sitting here for now, and then we'll pull the truck in a little bit. So to finish up this kind of shop update or whatnot, future plans on the Impala, besides fixing that hose that popped off, it's kind of showing, but spark plugs, headers, new intake and carb, need to fix the antenna over there, and then if I can get the AC working in this thing, that would be awesome, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Anyway, I'm going to try and get a bunch of that stuff done. I'm still working on the C10. I'm still waiting on parts, more so I should say, for the LS. Coming from a donor, you really don't have to do anything to it because I know it runs, but since I have it out, I'm getting new cam sensor, I got new knock sensors, and I got gaskets for the valve covers, the valley cover, all that kind of good stuff. Lots of gaskets, lots of little sensors, stuff like that that are fine, but I don't want to deal with them again in the future. And since all this stuff's gonna be right up against the firewall, now's the time to do it. So I am waiting in the mail for some of that stuff, but hopefully there'll be a video soon on me finally getting this LS in this truck so I can go drive around. I know recently I've had a couple how-to videos, and unless you're looking how to do that thing, it's not super entertaining, but I'm gonna try and start working in more stuff, kind of just live update type things. I got a couple car shows coming up. I have some sweet rides I'm gonna feature as soon as I can coordinate the time with the owners to get out there and film it. And then always more how-tos and projects with my junk. So please, y'all, hit that like and subscribe for a car guy. Totally helps me out. Get out there, get wrenching if you're able. And until next time, my friends, have a good one.